Hello everyone, this is Lydia Wahab Tithi studying at Independent University of Bangladesh, majoring in Mass Media and Communication. In one of my course, that is Theories of Media and Communication, I learned few theories that are really interesting and I would love to share it with you all. Now the theories that I'm gonna share with you are three theories that are objective versus interpretive and encoding decoding, and last but not the least, uses and gratification. So let's start with objective versus interpretive. Now, what is objective versus interpretive? According to Glenn and Marty, both of them studied in the field of media and communication but had different view of theories. Now, objective was much of Glenn's perspective. He believed in objective theory. Now, what are that? They are more scientific, explanation of hard data and numbers, all this. They are ultimate truth, single truth, predictions, hypothesis, then they're all practical utility. And for conducting the theories, they believe in, methods of experiments that are questionnaire, surveys, that are number related. For example, let me say, what is the weather today, or what is going to be it tomorrow? Is it gonna rain or not? So by words we can't really identify or we can't really decide, but with numbers and statistics we can say that is it gonna rain or not. So for this sort of methods we believe in Glenn's objective theory. And what is interpretive theory? Marty, believed in humanistic way. He believed in people's perceptions, people's thought. So in an interpretive theory there can be many truths, many people's observation too. Suppose they're symbolic and qualitative, so it's more like rhetorician, people who use words to get knowledge or to tell or to persuade others. So for example, let me say about a fairness cream advertised on TV. So you watch it, you might be saying that okay, the advertisement is for dark stone people, girls, and some might say no, it's for inspiring, inspirations. And other people can say that why do they always have to show that if you are fair you will be successful? Girls who are dark are successful too. So people have different perceptions toward this advertisement. So that is what interpretive theory is. It's more like they believe in interviews, they believe in people to people talk, they believe in people thoughts. Now the next theory is encoding and decoding by Stuart Hall. Now let's be very simple, very realistic. What is communication and how is the process, what we know about it? So there is a sender who has a message that is sent, and the receiver who receives it. So it's a simple, very linear way process. So sender sends a message according to his or her way, and the receiver that receives according to his or her way. So sender encodes a message and receiver decodes it. So when you are sending it, it is encode, and when you are receiving it's what? We call decode. So that's very simple. So Stuart Hall basically described it in his theory, that is, though there is channel and there is a very linear way, there are lots of misleading and miscommunication that might happen because of this process, because every person has his or her own way of thinking and perception according to, based on culture, thoughts and many others. So let's talk about audience. There are two types of audience. They are active and passive. Active audience are who watches or who receives with a lot of interest, but passive audience are who knows but the lack of interest. That's pretty much, yes. So there are three types of different position audience. So first one is dominant hegemony, second one is negotiate hegemony, and third but not the least, oppositional position. Now what is dominant hegemony? Persons who completely agrees. And what is negotiated hegemony? They are like partially agree, so they might agree, they might not, that's like. And what is oppositional? They completely disagree. For example, Suppose we are gonna show you an advertisement of KFC burger. That's a chicken burger. And after watching it, you might think that wow, the chicken burger is really tasty, and yeah, I should go and grab it. So, which hegemony you belong to? You belong to dominant hegemony. And suppose after watching it, you might say, yeah, that's really crispy, nice, but no, KFC is not my type of thing. I prefer takeout or Hershey's or other. So, in which position do you belong? You belong in negotiated position. And after watching it, if you say, oh my God, I really dislike it because it's not my cup of tea. Because you're a vegetarian, so in which in which audience do you belong to? You belong to oppositional audience. So that is pretty much, that sums up of it. Okay, so the next theory is uses and gratification theory. Well, it was known as limited effects theory. So I really like it. The theory is really interesting because it tells us about how media doesn't use us. It's how we use media, like how you and me, we both use media. So isn't it interesting? Okay, so yeah, there are many reasons why we might want to use media. That can be the key reasons, which I'm gonna say is that personal identity, social interaction, entertainment and information. So suppose personal identity, how you wanna share yourself, how you wanna identify yourself, how you find similar to yourself with someone, your interest, right? The other reason can be social interact. It's like more, Facebook, other, LinkedIn, Twitter. These are the social interaction places where sites where you get to interact with others. The other reason can be entertainment. Suppose after a long tiring day, what would you prefer, a documentary or a music which would soothe your mind? So right, you would actually go for the music. So that's how you are using it, that's how even I will use it. And the other can be information. Suppose these days Google is helping us a lot with giving us information because of our assignments, or even leave it. Suppose you want to go on a date or you want to meet your friend, but you want to know about the place. So what would you do? You would go to the Google, you would see the review, you would take the roadmap. So these were the three theories that I really liked, and I hope you liked it too. So take care. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.